Hey guys, it's Corey with 10 Best Ones, and today we've decided to review the 5 best options for you. If you'd like to see their price and find out more information, you can check out the links in the description down below. Let's get started. We are going to start this list with the best budget option that you can get your hands on.
Number 5. Logitech G305 Lightspeed. Like other products in the G series, the Logitech gaming software allows users to customize the function of each of the 6 mouse buttons and save separate profiles for individual games, allowing multiple custom hotkey configurations. It's a fantastic mouse with a flawlessly performing sensor, super satisfying clicks, and an impressive battery life of 250 in-game hours on one AA battery. It weighs in at 96 grams, but it feels lighter than that because of the fact that it's wireless. You can easily reduce the weight if you use a AAA battery with a converter as well, if you want an even freer feeling. Almost everything about the G305 is superb, but the shape is somewhat polarizing. It's not the most comfortable mouse out there, and it's also pretty small, ruling out most people with large hands, certainly if you're a palm gripper. And some people can't even use the G305 due to the way the sides are shaped. Towards the rear of the mouse is the Logitech G logo, which naturally stands for gaming. Gamers accustomed to more ostentatious mice will notice the absence of colourful lights beaming through that emblem. Because the G305 Lightspeed forgoes all forms of LED frippery, customization is limited to the pair of buttons on its left side. Out of the box, these come programmed to the forward or back actions in your browser, but by downloading the Logitech gaming software LGS utility, you can assign them to any mouse function, keystroke or multi-key macro you can whip up. It's been done before, the wireless mouse for the frugal gamer, but done well is another matter. The Logitech G305 Lightspeed may be plain compared with the likes of competitors such as Razer's Mamba, but its strength comes from its guts rather than its outer shell.
If portability is important to you, then I would recommend this next model.
Number 4. Logitech MX Anywhere 2S. The Logitech MX Anywhere 2S is a fantastic travel mouse that offers solid ergonomics in a compact form factor. It's not going to blow you away in precision or customizable features, but its battery life is incredible. Logitech has a consistent aesthetic across its MX product lineup, and the MX Anywhere 2S is no exception. The mouse features a typical layout with left and right buttons and a scroll wheel sandwiched between them. Additionally, Logitech has included a square button behind the scroll wheel, as well as 2 forward and backward buttons on the thumb side of the mouse. Setting up the mouse was as simple as putting the battery inside the mouse, plugging in the Bluetooth receiver, and turning the mouse on. We tested the Logitech MX Anywhere 2S with both Windows and Mac OS devices, and it didn't have any problem connecting with either. The Logitech MX Anywhere 2S features Bluetooth Low Energy technology as well as a dedicated unifying receiver, 2.4 GHz, to connect to Windows and Mac OS computers. In our more than 40 hours of testing across multiple devices, we noticed little, if any, difference between using the included receiver and plain Bluetooth connectivity. Using the dedicated unifying receiver, the mouse is capable of working at up to 32 feet away from the device the receiver is plugged into. Logitech doesn't market the Anywhere 2S as a gaming or high-performance mouse, but it certainly takes inspiration from Logitech's more advanced mice. It features the dots per inch, a measurement of how sensitive a mouse is, range between 200 dpi to 4000 dpi, which can be set using the Logitech Options software in increments of 50 dpi. Logitech Options is available for both Windows and Mac OS computers. We found the Logitech MX Anywhere 2S delightful to work with. It has a fantastic battery life, is incredibly comfortable for its size, offers plenty of customization, and overall looks great.
If you want to step up your productivity, this next model will help you do that.
Number 3. Logitech MX Master 3. Logitech has absolutely surpassed all expectations, building on previous successes and making worthwhile improvements to deliver one of the most standout office mice any big manufacturer has to offer. The MX Master 3 is an eye-catching mouse. With its tall stature compared to other mice, it certainly looks different to much of what we've seen before. The mix of materials used in its construction, from the metal wheels to the rubberized outer coating, means it certainly looks the part. Despite the tall stature, it remains a sleek-looking mouse, with some attractive contouring on the rubberized outer coating, which also adds to its comfort in use. The light grey and silver colouring from the metal wheels ensure it'll look right at home in any modern office. The MX Master's height works to its advantage, combating any form of wrist strain to ensure you're working as best as you can without any hindrance. In a similar vein, the MX Master 3 features a niftily placed thumb wheel to add an extra layer of functionality. On the front of the mouse is a USB-C port for charging its position, ensuring it doesn't get in the way of general use. There's no specific lighting on the MX Master 3 apart from the status LED that helps to notify you of low battery life. That won't light up for a while though, given the MX Master 3 will last 70 days on a full charge. It utilises a 4000 dpi sensor complete with Logitech's dark field tracking. This makes it more precise than any of its predecessors or most other dedicated office mice out there. While 4000 dpi may not seem generous to gamers, it's perfect for what the MX Master 3 is designed to do. With the additional thumb wheel present, it opens up a whole new way of easing your workload, especially if you're using programs such as Photoshop or Final Cut Pro X for Mac. There's no doubt that the MX Master 3 would be one of the most worthwhile peripheral purchases you make this year.
If you're a gamer, then you'll love this next model. I think that it will be the perfect option for you.
Number 2. Razer Basilisk Ultimate. Razer Basilisk Ultimate is a premium wireless mouse that sits in a price bracket considerably higher than that of our top picks for the best wireless mice list. It's undoubtedly a great mouse, featuring almost all the bells and whistles you'll be hard-pressed to find together in many of its rivals. Razer Basilisk Ultimate also has a lot of things going for it that make it worth the price. It has a comfortable and fairly traditional form, its side grips offer plenty of purchase, making it easy to use in intense gaming situations. At 107 grams, it's weighty enough to feel substantial, but not too heavy you'd worry about dropping it. And it has a whopping 14 brilliant RGB lighting zones, complete with neat effects you can control via the Chroma Studio module. The RGB lighting of the Basilisk Ultimate is contributing largely to the looks and price of the mouse. It has a whopping 14 lighting zones split between the Razer logo on the palm, the scroll wheel and an LED strip running along the left side of the mouse. It's not just the mouse that has lights though. The Basilisk Ultimate has a wireless charging dock that also has its own LED strip. It has special effects as well, but we think the most handy is having the colour indicate the mouse's battery level. The Basilisk is no slouch when it comes to some other features. With all that, you'd have to expect Basilisk Ultimate to perform well, and it does. It performs on level with many of the best gaming mice we've tried. There's no perceptible delay in actions over the wireless connection. In shooters, Titanfall 2 in this case, the tracking is spot on. The Razer Basilisk Ultimate can do a lot, and it does it well. The excellent battery life, dazzling lights and top-tier performance easily make it worthwhile if you have the money in your budget and don't need any other upgrades to your setup.
Finally, the next model is the best overall. From us, it gets a perfect score in all categories.
Number 1. Logitech G Pro. The new Logitech G Pro mouse retains most of the design cues of the original, including a pleasingly light 83-gram weight, sans the cable, which is really light for a mouse. To put it into context, the SteelSeries Rival 600 weighs 96 grams, and a Razer Death Adder is a chunky 130 grams. A vibrant RGB light bar swoops around the bottom curve of the mouse, and the Logitech G logo still lights up as well. Both buttons are easy to reach and placed perfectly for quick actuation. The biggest improvement on the new G Pro is its new Hero sensor, which first debuted on the wireless G603. While the previous iteration of this mouse ran a 200 to 1200 dpi range, I'd personally call that more than adequate. The Hero sensor in this new version runs from 100 to 1600. Durable Omron switches that are rated to 50 million clicks back up the G Pro's 6-button layout. Logitech has also included its own spring tensioning system under the buttons for faster feedback, and I did notice the left and right switches have a very fast, very short actuation that felt great. The mouse wheel features the same wide knurled design as the old model, and it's easy to spin with accuracy. The G Pro utilises 4 small skates on its underside, and it slides around a mousepad quite nicely without any hiccups. As usual, the G Pro mouse utilises Logitech gaming software, LGS, to alter resolution settings and to change lighting effects. If you're looking for a new competitive gaming mouse and favour a mouse with a slim profile, this is a solid choice with useful features. Buying guide. Firstly, DPI. One of the main specs you'll see advertising a mouse is DPI, or dots per inches. In the simplest terms, this is a figure that shows how far the mouse pointer will move for every inch that the mouse itself physically moves. Take a 4K display for example with a 3840 pixel width. You'd need to drag a 400 dpi mouse nearly 10 inches across your desk to move the pointer from the left edge to the right. How far for a 3000 dpi mouse? About an inch and a half. But while the general rule for tech specs is that higher numbers are always better, that isn't true here. DPI shows how fast the mouse pointer moves, and faster isn't always better. Secondly, polling rate. Another key spec you'll see reported for mice is the polling rate. This is a figure measured in Hertz, Hz, that shows how many times each second that mouse reports its position to the computer. A higher number means greater accuracy and smoother movement, at least in theory. The leap from 500 Hz to 1000 Hz may sound large, but in reality it's a move from 2 milliseconds to 1 millisecond. It's unlikely your eyes will even notice. Gamers should go no lower than 500 Hz, but everyone else can ignore polling rate altogether. Thirdly, wireless mice nowadays. Wireless mice have caught up with their wired counterparts to the extent that their positives now outweigh any downsides. Lag is all but gone, although gamers may still prefer the absolute consistency and reliability that comes with the wired option. If you pick the right model, it'll be years before you need to replace the battery. The main benefit of wireless mice is convenience. There's no clutter from the cable, and if you use a Bluetooth mouse, it won't take up a USB port. Wireless range is also much better. This enables you to control a computer attached to a projector or TV, for example, from as much as 30 feet away. And finally, Bluetooth. When buying a wireless mouse, your choice is between radio frequency, RF, or Bluetooth models. RF mice might be slightly more responsive and are much easier to set up. Simply plug in the dongle that comes with it. The downside is that the dongle hogs one of your USB ports and is nearly impossible to replace if you lose it. RF devices are also more prone to interference. Bluetooth is more convenient. It won't use a precious USB port and battery life can easily run to a year or two. It's also a lot easier to share a single mouse between several computers. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you found it helpful, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future. If you have any questions related to these products, you can leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.